Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working on my island Pumpkaboo. This is my Animal Crossing Halloween town vibe island. I actually have two islands. One is this one and one is the spooky witch one. So yeah, you got a choice of two. Now today we're building a different area for two villagers today, and I'm so excited to get stuck right in with this build. But first of all, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Come join the Jellybean family. Now, we should get started with today's build. So I just want to quickly show you where we are building today. So as you can see in the distance there is the museum. We've done a video for that build, so if you haven't seen that one, go check it out because that was such a fun build. We built like a graveyard on the side of it and everything like that. So it was super spooky and fun. By the way, you might be wondering why I always do all my builds in the daytime. They just record better. I feel like it's much easier for me to decorate when it's much lighter on the game, and it definitely comes across better on the screen, I feel. But I do enjoy showing you guys at the end of the video what the island looks like in the dark, so that's why I time travel most of the time, so you can see what it looks like, and probably will be the time of day that I set the DA. By the way, that was probably a really random way to start off the video, but yeah. That's what I wanted to talk about, so I did. So here's the first villager we are placing, and it is my bestest friend, Boots. Now, if you've been following for a while, you'll know that Boots is my bestest friend. I love him. He's like my favorite villager of all time. Him and Kiki are just the cutest of cutie pies. I've taken a real liking to the alligator villagers lately, so yeah. And it's all because of Boots and Roswell on my other island. And then the second house that we are placing today is Pietro. Now, I know a lot of people aren't really keen on Pietro because he's, you know, like a clown, but I actually really like him. I think he's so cute. He's kind of like a little rainbow cloud, so he's definitely adorable in my eyes. He will be making an appearance in this video, so I'm so sorry if you don't like him, but unfortunately he just appears briefly while I'm building. To be honest, it could be much worse than Pietro. I won't mention any names. So here we're just changing this road a little bit because I felt like it was just a bit too long for where I had it on the map, and I want to build in this section and I needed a bit more space, so we're changing it. Oh my gosh, you can see the spooky house in the background. Oh, that's so cool. I like that. I like how that looked. You could just see the like sinister face peering over the trees. I liked how that looked. I really did. So yeah, we're putting some more pathway down at the moment and ignoring the flying balloon because I never have a slingshot, so that's why I don't pop them. I know some people get really annoyed when they see other people playing this game and they're like, why are you not popping your balloon? I don't have a slingshot, and I'm not running all the way to Nook's Cranny to then run back to then find out the balloon isn't here, so I don't really do them. I don't really care for them. They're always going to give me something I don't want anyway. What would make me happy is if every balloon dropped wheat field or leaf piles, and that's just not going to happen, so I don't bother. Yeah, we're just putting little spots of dirt path because I didn't want to make just one big dirt area. Originally, I was going to cover most of this area with dirt path and just make little areas in between the path that had nothing there, so like just grass, so gaps basically. But I decided not to in the end, and I've decided to go with the slime code instead. You'll see why I'm using this in a second, because you might be thinking, why are you just putting that in the middle of the whole section? It will make sense, I promise. Do you know what? I've just realised I haven't actually described what I'm building today. I've just kind of started building and then rambling on about other things. So for Pietro and Boots, I'm building an abandoned carnival, or fun fair as you'd call it. Now you might be thinking, but you've already done a fun fair area on the island, and yes I have done one by the entrance of this island, but this is the abandoned one. This is the original fun fair that used to be on Pumpkaboo and was the only one before for some reason slime was appearing everywhere, so it had to be closed. Pietro still lives here because he originally ran the fun fair with Boots, and he's trying to figure out how he can reopen his fun fair. Now, obviously the slime is a bit of an issue because every time he cleans it up, it just comes back. It's like it's coming from underneath the ground or something. I bet Petri has something to do with it. She's probably pumping the leftovers underground or storing some of it underground or something. But we'll have to wait and find out and see how this story evolves. I'm not very good with these stories. I just kind of make it up as I go along. So yeah, just go with it. It's all good. But yeah, so basically this is the abandoned fun fair. And I'm going to be putting a lot of fencing around things and stuff like that to make it look like it's out of service. And now I really wasn't sure what to do with the edging around this section, and you'll see in a second I just basically use vertical board fence. We will be going back along a little bit later in the video and changing some of it over to the corrugated metal fence that I've done around the Ferris wheel. Is it a Ferris wheel or is it a carousel? I don't know. I think I'm just going to call it ride. That's easier. But yeah, like I've done around the ride, I'm going to be doing around some of the other areas as well. Now we're going to be using less of the dirt path and more of this leaf path around some of the sections. I don't know why, I just kind of like it. It just makes it look a bit more abandoned, I feel. I don't know, is that just me? Anywho's, I like it. But yeah, we're going to be doing like little bits and patches of different things around just to make it look abandoned, like I already said. So here I'm using some of the in-game dirt path just as little squares around the area. I don't know why, I just kind of liked how it looked. And then we actually need to fence off this game. Now, what is this called? Is this like Plaza Game something? I don't know. I can't remember what the names are called. My brain is just not working today. But anyway, we have 2 of those. I put one of them with the back facing us, so it looks like it's an actual different attraction. And I've put the fencing in front of the other one that you can see the front of, just so it looks like it's been left to just rot away and you can't use it anymore because it's out of service. Well, I hope that's the vibe it's giving off anyway. But now we're going to work on this side over by Boots' house, and we're just doing a little bit of fencing over here, changing it up so it's not just a big square. I don't really like working in squares unless it's fake buildings, because obviously a fake building has to be square or rectangular basically because of the stuff that we use to build them. But yeah, here we are again using that leaf code that I love. I should mention actually that all the codes that I'm using in today's video can be found listed in the description down below. I've also tried to pop as many of the creators' socials as I can find down there as well, so you can go and give them some love on their amazing designs on their socials. But back to our build. We have got a plaza train now that I'm also fencing off. This is a broken down ride that you cannot use anymore, so that's why I'm doing this. We are going to put wheat field around here in a minute, but I actually don't have any wheat field in my storage, so I'm devastated. I have to get some somehow, so I might actually have to invite someone over to deliver me some wheat field. So let's give them a call and invite them over. So flying in all the way from Thistle is myself. I'm delivering myself some wheat field because, to be honest, I thought I had more in my Thistle storage than I do, so I'm gonna have to go and get some more at some point. But thank you to me for delivering myself some wheat field. I was in desperate need, so desperate times, you know, gotta call a friend. Now we can get back to actually building the area we were working on. So here we are back outside at Pietro's house. We can finally put down some wheat field. It's just glorious. It definitely will make the area feel more overgrown and definitely more complete. So I'm so glad I delivered myself some wheat field because I needed it. I desperately needed it. Like I said, it would be a challenge one day to not use the wheat field as much because I feel like I rely on it too much. So my next challenge for a future island will be to use less wheat field and less leaf piles because I rely on them too much. Now, we haven't put a danger sign outside the front of this fun fair because, you know, it's dangerous. Don't come in here. This is why it was closed, because of the danger. So yeah, it was a definite must-have item. And I've got like this weird section here, which I'm not too sure what to put here. So probably, to be honest, just flowers and maybe a barrel a little bit later on. I always fill in like these smaller gaps here with flowers to make them feel overgrown and just, you know, like nature's taken over a little bit. I've said this before, but I'm definitely addicted to overgrown islands. So it'd be interesting to try a non-overgrown island or one that doesn't have overgrown sections to it one day. I feel like it might be nice to try, you know, just to change. Don't get me wrong, I really want to do an overgrown trash core island. I feel like that would literally be my favorite type of island to do if I tried it. So yeah, but I'm up for trying new stuff all the time. See, if you'd asked me this question about a year ago, I would have probably told you that I'm never doing any other theme other than kidcore, and I've done so many different themes since then. I did 2 kidcore islands when I first started my YouTube channel. I did a kidcore, like a normal kidcore island. I also did a Halloween kidcore island, and then I decided to do like an autumnal town. Then since then, I've always tried to do something different. I've done so many different types of islands now, and I'm willing to try so many more. I feel like it just keeps the game fresh for me all the time, so I definitely suggest to you, if you're someone that likes to do a certain theme all the time and you're starting to feel yourself getting a little bit tired or burnt out, try something else, honestly. Even if it seems really hard at first and really daunting and scary, just try it, trust me. Stick to it. Don't like what you've built? Take it down. Try again. Try a different theme if that theme isn't working for you. It definitely works to do that. I love changing my island theme up all the time now. And while I was talking about theme changing, we are changing up this fencing. Like I said, I took some of the vertical board fence away and replaced it with the corrugated metal fence. It definitely breaks it up a little bit and makes it look better in my eyes. Over here we got a barrel with some brown bottles on. They are the decorative bottles. They're so cute. I love them. They're such a nice item. There's also so many different color variations of them, so they can fit with anyone's theme, I feel. Over here we're just putting an oil barrel down and a normal barrel. And I believe we have this last little area to work on, so let's do that now. Here we put some scattered papers, of course, because I just had to. It was definitely a perfect item for this area. I've put a hay bed down just because I thought, I don't know, it might look nice there. We got a little popcorn stand, which is still in service, but I wouldn't trust the popcorn. It might be a little bit stale now. And then the floor felt a bit too bare, and I didn't want to just chuck a random item there because of lag, you know. So I decided to use the leaf code instead. We got another barrel outside and a spinning wheel because I just think it added to the whole vibe of the area. It just makes it feel fun but spooky. I don't know, I think so. I think the made up word that I'm looking for is fun fairy. I don't know. Also had this decayed tree in my bag and wanted to find somewhere to put it, so thought that was the perfect place, and I kind of like it there. Just doing the last finishing touches now, little radio and all that, and I believe we have finished this build, so let's have a look around. So there we have it, everyone. We have finished the build today and looking around the area. I really enjoyed building this area for Pietro and Boots. I built them an area together before, and so it was nice to do something different for them but similar. Now if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Come join the Jellybean family. Have a lovely day, my friends, and I'll see you in my next spooky build. Goodbye!